Welcome back, Troglodytes, to your daily dose of guitar information, the Trogly's Guitar Show. I've got a couple of cool guitars I found on Reverb that I want to show you guys tonight. Starting off with this one. So you've heard of a poor man's junior before, right? That's when somebody takes a single cut melody maker, routes it out for a dog-eared style P90, and it's close enough. Because you can buy a 59 melody maker like this one for around anywhere between $1,500 to $3,000 depending on condition, and modifying it won't cost you all that much, as compared to buying a $5,000 to $8,000 Les Paul Jr. from the 50s. But this one took the opposite approach. When I first stumbled upon this guitar a couple of days ago, I read 1958 Gibson Les Paul Jr. I saw this, I saw the stripped finish, and I was really excited because these are some of my favorite Les Paul Jr.'s. Because if somebody strips the finish off of them, you can get them anywhere between $2,000 to $3,000 usually, if everything else is still original. And I saw $1,200, so I got here quickly, as fast as I could. It's like, okay, yep, body's looking good. Sure, the plastics have been swapped out, but if that P90 is original, that's all I really care about. Looks like somebody's modified the wraparound tailpiece so it can be intonatable. But then I got to this photo. Oh my goodness. That headstock, it's a tiny little headstock. Did somebody shave that headstock down? I mean, I guess it's possible, but what the seller is saying is this is actually a Gibson Les Paul Melody Maker head. And it came off of a 1963 model, so that would be that double cutaway version. And somebody swapped out the tuners to something that looks like Schaller. I can't quite see what that says. But it definitely had the 3-on-a-side tuners on it at one point in time, and then it looks like somebody also might have installed Grovers and or regular Klusons, depending if there's another hole or if those just happen to have lined up. Our truss rod doesn't look to be in the best shape in the world. That's starting to get too many threads showing. So at that point, it's like, man, this thing's a butchered piece together thing. And then the worst has yet to come because, to put a new neck on a guitar like this, you have to steam it off and then put another one on, glue it on, do all that good stuff, right? No, they decided to bolt it on. So now, not only do you have the 63 Melody Maker neck that's been drilled through, but they ruined the Les Paul Jr. body. Now, somebody could restore that if they really wanted to. I would probably just suggest putting like a veneer over the entire back and then finishing it over a solid color. That way you never get any witness lines showing. But sadly, the execution on that wasn't very well. But here you can see, it does have that yellow finish. So it likely did start life as a legitimate Sunburst Jr. But we've got Lawler P90 in the bridge. That's definitely a nice pickup, not the original, but I'm not even sure what's going on with that bridge right here. Why do we have locking down posts right there? I've never seen one of those before. So this could have been done better, but hey, at least you got vintage wood all mashed up here, 58 and 63. In 63, it would still be the Brazilian rosewood fretboard yet, so it's not that different. It's mainly just the headstock that looks goofy. For $1,200, I don't know. I mean, it seems to be an okay price if everything checks out as to what it's supposed to be. I mean, somebody could take this and breathe some new life into it. So maybe somebody can pick it up for like $800 and have some fun. Guitar number 2 is this 2018 Gibson Hummingbird Acoustic. This one was first listed 3 days ago, but I stumbled upon it because someone was trying to sell me a Gibson Dove. And this happened to show up when I was doing some research. So $2,250, but it's listed as fair. There's got to be something wrong with it, right? I mean, that seems to be like average market value. So what's going on here? Does it got some like cracking in the top or something? Well, from this photo, it looks like we're okay. You've got the built-in pickup system on it. Cherry sunburst finish, not my favorite on a Hummingbird. And hey, the back's actually looking okay too. Where's our cracks? There's got to be something. Oh, okay, there it is. We've got a crack. Not a big deal if it's been repaired professionally, but I personally wouldn't mess around with it. It's too new of a guitar. You might as well get one that doesn't have it. Oh, jeez. Why? Who would do that? Like, okay, I get it. If it's like the 60s, 70s, maybe even the 80s or before that, I get it. They weren't collectible guitars at that point in time. People would just fix headstocks like this in other crazy ways. But this is a 2018. There's so many people that could have easily have repaired this in like an invisible way, but they chose to butcher it. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 screws just straight through it. I mean, it works, but it is far from a beautiful repair. So unfortunately, I just have to laugh at that price. And if you're confused why this says 2018 when the serial number clearly dates it to 2017, you gotta look right here. This was a 2018 model built within 2017. Gibson used to do that. New guitars were like new cars. They would switch over like 3/4 of the way into the year just to, get the hype up. They do not do that anymore though. So this one's a hard pass for me, but you don't see many modern guitars repaired like that. Next up here, we have a couple of Beauties. Like, these were just so nice, I wanted to share with you guys. I mean, the price is definitely up there, but I guess it is a custom shop Les Paul standard. So, I mean, if you fall in love with it, are you overpaying a little bit? Yeah, but it's not too bad. So let's take a look at this thing. Beautiful blue top, and then they've accented it with all these cream parts. I doubt it left the factory like that, because those are definitely not Gibson knobs. In fact, now that I've looked at those a little bit more closely, I don't like those, but I love this white mixed with the blue finish. It is just gorgeous because it also matches your inlays right here. As far as blue guitars go, this one's all right. Oh, there we go. Now we've got some normal knobs on it. I don't know which one I like better. I like the all creamed out look, but something about this is a little bit more traditional at the same time while still looking very modern. But looks like we've got an ABR1 bridge. You might have a long neck tenon. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. The only modification left that they need to do is put cream backplates on here. I know, it did make it look like a Gibson then, but then it would match the front. It's not really clear from the photos if it's a rosewood or an ebony fretboard, but ebony would be a sweet bonus. But seeing as this is 2013, very unlikely it would be ebony. Kind of along the similar lines here, this is more of a pastel blue color. I think they officially call it denim or something because it looks like a pair of worn denim jeans. I like it because you can actually see the plain maple top underneath some of the staining. And for once, the whole pinstripe look works. If you really zoom in here and then you like slowly zoom, you can actually see like a beach at sunset. Like the sun's going down, but dusk is starting to come in. So the sand has some dark lines in it. I mean, that's actually really beautiful. Then the sides, pastel blue color. I kind of dig it. I'm sure something like this would look pretty cool in person, but at the same time, I'm sure these photos have been slightly edited to bring that top out because from this angle, I'm not as in love with it. But what would have made this one even better is if they would have done like an open pore finish on the back for the mahogany body, so it wasn't just a solid color, or at least done a transparent neck right here and give it like a flamed maple neck so it would look similar to the top. At that point, that would be an absolutely beautiful guitar. But there we go, from the side again with some additional knobs. I mean, they're not atrocious, but not my favorite looking. But I would have to agree that those ambered knobs do not really jive that well with this finish. This one's labeled a Guitar Center Custom Pro model, likely a 2011. It looks like Guitar Center did this limited edition thing in 50 pieces of each color. Unfortunately, they don't tell us the colors. Kind of a cool one nonetheless. Kind of the same story on the price of this one. It'll eventually sell. It's not that heavily overpriced. I would say it's within fair market territory. But if you could get it for like $35, it definitely wouldn't be a bad thing. And one final goofy one today. It's a 1990 Gibson Chet Atkins CE. I've never seen one of these things with a Bigsby on it. This is like a electric classical guitar, and they have a Bigsby on it. Like, how do you even do that with nylon strings? They must not be nylon anymore. It'd be interesting to check one of these things out, but they're definitely not high priority on my to-do list, that's for sure. But they do have cool special Gibson Schaller tuners on them. I mean, why would you even need a whammy bar on an acoustic guitar at all? I guess it depends what you're trying to do with these things. But I thought it was funny enough to share. Alright, troglodytes, let me know down in the comments section below which was your favorite of the 5 that I shared with you today. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you tomorrow on the next episode. Take care.